This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2023 Forest River Salem travel trailer, model number 32BHDS. Okay, so let's look at it and see what we have here. Starting at the door side rear, first of all we have the newer style stabilizers. Basically they drop into place and then you just crank them to the tension that you want them, so you don't have to crank them all the way down. They're kind of neat. Okay, you have those all the way around. Outside here, of course, we have running water and a refrigerator. You have a TV signal out here, plus power, so you can put a TV out here if you like. I might as well come around the corner here and show you that there's a grill that swings out here. It's got a arm that swings around to this side. Now it comes with a hose to connect it to the LP system. It's right there in the refrigerator, and that connects to the back of the grill and then connects to the LP system right here with this quick connect. Okay, so you got to plug the grill in, so you just swing it around and you have a grill, gas grill plus refrigerator, and then you, like I said, you have prep space plus running water. Okay, now there's two doors. This door goes right to the bathroom, so your kids and guests don't have to run through your trailer to get to the bathroom. They just go right through the door here, which is kind of neat. Oh, we just lost the lens here. I guess I got carried away. Alright, let's screw that back on. Okay. So, you have a power awning with LED strip. You have power here, plus you have outside speakers. This is the fresh water tank fill. Now the most common way to get water to the trailer, of course, is the city water hookup. That's on the other side. But if you're camping someplace that doesn't have city water, like, you know, boondocking or wherever you're at, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. All your plumbing will work as though you have city water. You'll just be carrying it yourself. So, and this is the drain, this white gate valve right here. That's the drain for the city water tank, the fresh water tank, and that'll drain fast. It just whooshes out. So, okay. This up here is the vent for the range hood. So if you're running the fan in the range hood to vent to the outside, you have to remember to reach up there and snap those, just with your thumb or your index finger, snap the baffle free so it flaps freely. So anytime you're running the fan, you want to do that so it vents to the outside. When you're not, if you're traveling or in storage, you can just snap it shut with your hand. Okay, this is your furnace vent, of course. Your hot water heater and tank right here. So right now this is empty because it's winterized. So the valves on the back are in bypass and there's no water in the tank at all. You drain it from right here. All right, there's an anode rod attached to that too. So this is 1/16 6-point socket to get this out. All right, right here, this rocker switch right here, that controls the electric heating element that's behind this cover. So keep that in mind. Now you can never run this without water in the tank. So once you de-winterize the trailer and you get ready to camp, you want to make sure you fill the water heater so it doesn't get damaged. So you can't run it empty. So this switch controls the heating element, and then there's a switch inside that controls the gas valve here. You use the gas valve for quicker recovery. Obviously, you can just, while you're at the campsite, you can just keep your whoops, let me get that back. Keep your water hot with the heating element, but then when you need to, you know, like if you're using the shower, you get a lot quicker recovery with this. Okay. All right. Right now it's empty and bypassed. Okay, so let's see here. You have a hitch here, a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. We'll show you how this works when you pick up. It's a good hitch. Now you have your stabilizer jack. That's the 3/4 one, that kind of brass colored. And then you see the shorts, or the smaller silver crank here. Well, that goes to your power tongue jack in case you need it. I mean, the power tongue jack just goes up and down, of course, with power, and also has a hitch light on it. But if it was to fail for whatever reason, you can always get hitched or unhitched by snapping this rubber cap open and putting that crank right on here and cranking it manually. So you can always get yourself out of trouble doing that. You have 2 LP tanks with an automatic changeover regulator, deep cycle marine battery, and this is the kill switch for your battery here. If you want to shut it off or disconnect it from the trailer, you just turn that to the off position and pull the key out. You don't even have to pull the key out, but you can do that if you want. Okay? Alrighty. So, the other end of the pass-through storage, you can see that you have your dump hose there. This is your shore cord, 30 foot, 30 amp, and we give you a 20 amp reducer to reduce it down in case you need to plug it in at home. Now let me see if I can get in here so we can see. It's hard to do here. I barely fit. So right now this is the solar controller for your solar panel, right? Right now you can see it's telling us we're getting about 5.0, 5.2 amps from the sun. So that is being converted from the sunlight to electricity, and 5.1 amps right now are being put into your battery. Okay, you can see you got a picture of the solar panel, and it's going this way, so it's showing you it's going into the battery. Now the only button you have to worry about is the top right one here. So if you push it again, you're looking at 31.3 amp hours, right? That's your storage. And then 13.6 volts, that's the voltage of your battery, which is perfect. So you got 3 readings you can get from this. Battery voltage, 13.6. Your gain, amp gain from the sun that you put into the battery, just over 5. And then your amp hours left. So that's all done from the solar controller, okay? Now if it ever just starts flashing and it looks like it's not working correctly, all it's telling you is that it's full. The battery there's no place left to store energy, so it's shut down until the battery level drops. As soon as the battery level is to drop, you'll see it start working normally. The way you can test it is just unplug it. As soon as you unplug it, it'll go back to normal because the level in the battery will drop. Okay? All right. I know that's hard to see. Hopefully you can see it. It's very simple though. Okay, so this is a shop cord here, these shop cords. You saw your shore cord in the compartment up there. This is where it plugs in, 30 amp, okay? This is your city water hookup right here. We talked about the city water hookup and the freshwater tank fill on the other side. If you have city water, you don't have to worry about filling the freshwater tank, of course. This is your black tank flush. So after you dump your black tank, which is right here, the black valve, you leave the valve open. That's toilet water and waste. You leave the valve open and hook the hose at the dump station right onto here, turn it on, it'll spray the inside of your tank out, flush it out, clean off the sensor so you get an accurate reading, that sort of thing. So just make sure you have the valve open before you turn the water on. This is cable and satellite through to the inside right here. Okay, and these are your valves, two gray tank valves and 1 black tank valve. Okay, coming around, you have this housing up here tells us this is pre-wired for a backup camera. So if you want to add a camera on, you can do it. It takes a Furion camera. You get the one that fits in that housing there. You won't use the whole kit because this is pre-wired, but you'll use most of it, or 2/3 of it anyway. This thing that says Lippert on it, that is pre-installed attachment if you wanted to purchase a Lippert telescoping ladder to hang there. The reason you might want that is because the manufacturer states you should inspect the roof every 60 days or so. So by inspecting, they're talking about looking at the sealant, make sure there's no cracking and separation where water can get in. Look at the roofing material and roofing attachments. Make sure they weren't damaged by low branches or road debris flying up there or anything like that. You're just inspecting the roof to protect your investment, okay? That should be part of your regular maintenance. So let's go inside here. First of all, your keys are hanging right here. Second of all, this is your control panel here. Now for the light switches are here. You can see one of them is the outside LED, the other one is inside. To turn the dimmer on and off, you just rub your thumb over it like that. Okay. Your slide out switch is here. Your power awning is here. You can see it's that simple. Just never leave it out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, roll it in. The water pump I told you about, to pump water out of the freshwater tank if you don't have city hookup, you can do that. This is also used to winterize the trailer. To turn your water heater on gas, to light the gas, it's right here. There's your fault light there. Remember I told you the electric switch is in the lower left-hand corner. Alright, and then you have your batteries charged. Freshwater is empty, black is empty, both grays are empty. They graduate up in 1/3 increments. These will light up every 1/3, and once you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping the gray and the black tanks. You know, just start thinking about it anyway. You don't have to do it immediately, but okay. So here we are at the fireplace here. Excuse me. Turns on like so. It's also a space heater. I'm having a hard time seeing it here, so I gotta get in a better position. I can't see it very well because of the light coming in. Well, basically you have two speeds. You have off, low, and high. Those are the fan speeds. Right now it's on high and it's really kicking, right? You also can change the crystals, the color of the crystals. You can change the flame. See, it's blue there, and you add some yellow to it. Combination, so you can change that. It also has a timer, so you can have it turn on and turn off whenever you want it to. So, okay. But when the door is not glaring sun in there, you'll be able to see through the, right around in this area, you'll be able to see the red LED letters reflecting on it or shining through it, whatever. Okay? Alright. Hopefully that made sense. Your sound bar, it's got an FM radio, no AM. You have a USB slot, so you could stream off any USB stick, take music with you, whatever. It's got Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or tablet or whatever you have. You have an HDMI, which is an in. So once you've got a TV set up here, you can go into the system with, let's say, a portable Blu-ray player or something, whatever. It makes it real easy. You have two speaker zones. Zone 1 is inside the trailer, Zone 2 is outside the trailer. Now, this is where you would hook the TV up, right here on this one. This green light tells us that the digital signal booster is working. You can shut it off, but you won't get a good picture at all, if any. You got to have that on, so keep that in mind. This is just telling us that this is pre-wired for a digital, or excuse me, a Wi-Fi booster, which would consist of a router that sits here, and then of course an antenna on the roof. So you just get better Wi-Fi. So if you're interested, you can go to kingconnect.com and look and see what their their kits are for pre-wired trailers. Okay, this is the remote for your sound bar. Alrighty. Microwave works like any other microwave. Your fan and light. Remember I told you if you're running the fan, open the baffle outside so it vents to the outside. Your range, always keep the cover open when it's hot, of course, and never travel with it open. Always put it in the down position. So you've got 3 knobs for 3 burners. This is your sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark it, and that's for the oven. So it just goes like this. Whoops. Just like that. Very simple. Now, when it comes to the oven, it's a little bit different. There's a pilot light all the way to the back on the bottom. So basically, you'll turn your oven knob to the picture of the flame, then you depress it, then you'll light it, And once you see the pilot light, you'll still hold it in for 10 or 15 more seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to whatever temperature you want. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. And you have a blue light here and then an oven light there. Okay. Always, like I said, always make sure this is closed when you're traveling. Okay. Refrigerator is a 12 volt DC refrigerator. So it runs on 12 volt DC. Okay. This is your thermostat. It's very simple. You just push the mode button to light it up and you just keep poking it to go through all the options. Okay. Now this is a carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. The LED should always be glowing green. If not, get it serviced. So make sure it's always green. If not, like I said, get it serviced. If it goes off, it's detected carbon monoxide, or this is carbon monoxide or LP gas, right? And if it goes off, you take everybody outside, leave the door open, go up front, shut the gas off, figure out what's going on, okay? But it should always be green. Okay. Now if we come over here, this device here is the power converter. So basically it converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged into shore power, you see you have regular 110 amp AC circuit breakers like you'd see at home, plus they're all labeled, right? Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC on this side. You got 12 volt fuses and they're all labeled, okay? If any of these fuses blow, you'll actually see them glowing through this tinted plastic here. And importantly, this is a battery tender. So as long as you're plugged into shore power, it'll sense how much energy your battery up front needs and has, and it'll always keep it charged. If it's charged totally, it'll just trickle a couple amps up there. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs. It also will automatically detect the type of battery you have. So it charges your battery also. Now the tow vehicle will charge your battery when you're pulling it down the road. And then of course your solar panel, depending on conditions, you know, what position the sun is in the sky and how clear the weather is, it'll also be charging your battery out as you go down the road or wherever you're at. So that's 3 different ways you charge the battery. Okay. GFCI, remember all the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI. This one probably has 2 different GFCIs. So if you're outside and you pop, you're using something and it pops, you're going to reset it in here. Or all the plugs, even if it's a regular looking plug, it's still wired through a GFCI. Of course, your shower works like any other shower. Your sink works like any other sink. The toilet is an RV toilet, so it's got a flush pedal right here, if you can see it. Hopefully you can see that right there. It sits right over the black tank. So when the black tank is dry or empty, you can't use it. If you do, the smell will be terrible and you can get clogged up also. So that's a mistake you'd only make one time. The deal is you have to, after you hook up the power and the water at the campsite, you have to come in here, put a dose of chemical in the bowl, then you'll step on the pedal and push it down, water will come swirling out, put at least a gallon of water into the black tank also. You can't use less than that. So a lot of people use more, it's up to you. But you have to have water and chemical in there before you can use it. Otherwise it'll be a mess. So keep that in mind. Okay. Moving on. This is the switch, the slide out switch for your slide right here, your bunk room slide out. So that's right here. Okay. This is the other back for your couch here. I just have one in place right now. But this will fold out into a large bed, of course. You could also use it as a couch to watch TV. By pulling this loose, this bunk folds down. So you got another place to sleep. And then, of course, you have this bunk here. So you've got enough room for 3 people comfortably. You can even cram more in there if you got kids and they have their cousins or their friends visiting or whatever. You can get a lot of kids in here. Let's see here. Looking around here, yeah. So this is your TV hookup here, of course, and your power. All right. Got plenty of USB chargers scattered around. Sliding door here. Okay, so let me look around here a little bit. Okay, so this couch right here jackknifes flat and turns into a bed. This piece here is movable. You can remove it, or you can move it to that position or this position. Also, you could turn this area into a bed by taking the poles off the table and setting the table on these cleats here, right? And then using the back cushion to fill in the space. So that's another 2 people easily to sleep out here. Okay. A lot of sleeping room. And of course the master bedroom. Right now the bed is up so you can see underneath here. There is the solar controller I was showing you earlier. Okay. You have a escape window right here. You just push this all the way through, if you see that. Push it all the way through. Then you grab a hold of this red tab, pull the screen out, and you can escape that way in emergency. There's also one in the back of the trailer in the bunk room also. Your blinds, for example, right there. This one has, this one has a blind. Also, there's TV signal here plus power, plus there are backing plates in the wall, so you can hang a TV right there that you can see from bed, which is cool. You have gas struts on this, so it hardly weighs anything on the bed. Okay. All the furnace comes through the floor vents, and the AC comes through the ceiling vents. Okay. Any of the LEDs that do not come on with the switch have buttons. Okay. I think that covers it. Let me look around and see if I forgot anything. I think we're in good shape though. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting your roof. That should be part of your regular routine. It's very important. People generally don't inspect it enough. If you do, you'll never have water issues ever. It's just part of owning a trailer, so you keep after it. Odds are you'll go up there 20 times or whatever before you ever have to do anything. You just keep it ahead of things, okay? Also, this is winterized. The water heater is bypassed and is empty, and the water's been purged from the system and replaced with antifreeze, so it's set for the winter time. Once you get ready to camp, make sure the valves in your water heater are in camping mode and the water heater is filled with water before you turn it on. Okay, that's important. Okay, thank you.